Coach, you've got a spring in the books. Just kind of recap some of your thoughts of the spring practice period.
Yeah, it was very competitive. We went, I think we had 3 kids. We had a couple guys that were held out of practices with injuries from last season, some operations on some knees to a couple guys, a couple shoulders. But of the guys that started practice, we had 3 guys that started that had to miss 1 or 2 days of practice, and 2 of those 3 made it back. Very minor injuries. I thought our kids competed. I thought we tried to be as physical as we could. I think we did a lot of combative, good against good, 1-on-1 drills, 3-on-3 drills, inside running drills. And I appreciate our kids, the way they battled and worked. And again, since I've been here, we've tried to talk about changing our mindset and attitude and having some confidence. Thought we've had a great winter. We could always be doing better, but I think we've had a great spring. We got a lot of work to do, but I am pleased with where they are. I mean, we're doing as well as I would have hoped for, so maybe we'll see if we can keep this thing rolling in a great way.
Looking at the position groups, the offensive line, and talking to some of the guys on the line, they talked about how much simpler the schemes were on the line. How did they adapt to the new style of play?
Well, I think we're still trying to get them learn how to run off the ball, and that's a part of the coaching change. If we could be better right now, just in general, it's playing faster. And you can say that's recruiting and that's speed, but we can also train that. But you can also play faster when you're very knowledgeable and you know what you're doing. You also play faster when you're very confident, you're self-assured, and you're very aggressive and self-assured in your play. So, I think we can play faster as an offensive line. When I say faster, I mean we can really come off. I coached the position, I played the position. You can't play fast if you're thinking a lot. So in my time, in the way we've put together some of the things on offense is, we're trying to do it from an offensive lineman's point of view and trying to put him in a position where he can be aggressive, he can play physical, he can play fast, he can have fun and play hard. That's what we're trying. And we're not there yet, but I think as we got through spring, because we're trying to break some, 2 and 3 years of other, because there's all kinds of schemes, and football's like golf. There's a bunch of golf swings, and a lot of them work. There's a lot of great coaching styles. A lot of them works. Our style's a little different, and a guy's been taught something, and not that this way's better. This is just our way, and this is how we want to do it. So, we're trying to break some, not necessarily bad habits, but just old ways of thinking, old ways of working into our new style. I think our style is player-friendly. You can be aggressive, and you can play hard.
On the other side of the ball, the defensive line, talk about them as a group. It appears that there couldn't possibly be a strength for the team next season.
I really like those D tackles, especially. There's 4 good players with Plogle and Black and Mentzer and Sliger that can rotate around and give them and spell each other and have a lot of internal competition. Who's getting the most sacks and pressures and same time playing hard. Defensive end, we've got some seniors with Fred Jones, Darius Johnson, Kevin Bush is an older guy. Ryan Phillips really came on, played as good as any of those guys. There's some good play. The defensive end position can play better, and we need it to. I think in the defensive tackle position can. But the D-line can be a solid part of our football team. But I would say our defensive tackles are the stronger of the two spots right now.
Wide receiver, it's been something that Indiana has had some success with in the last couple of years, and you got a good group returning. Talk about their progress.
Really good. I think we got to keep getting stronger. Where we can play, finish plays, do a better job in the blocking game, playing without the ball. DeMarlo Belcher, has played a lot and has a chance to have a good year, and hopefully he will, as a senior, work hard to have an upper-level senior year. DeWeese Wilson is a young guy. Kofi Hughes is a young guy. Jamon Chester. Those guys have a lot of talent. And as spring went, you saw flashes where their playmaking ability can be a good group. I think the tight end position with Ted Bolger, Max Dedman, Charles Love, I think that'll complement those skill positions. So I think our offensive skill, and we've got some young guys who we're going to throw in the mix as well. But I think the offensive skill is going to be one of the stronger points of the team.